What's the future of Afghanistan after the NATO withdrawal? Can there be a possibility of another civil war? And would there be any spillover in India? So, the future of Afghanistan after the NATO withdrawal is that Afghanistan will fall under the Chinese influence. It's already being worked out in behind the scenes. There's going to be a great deal of Chinese influence. There will be some Russian influence, and that Pakistanis will get some crumbs. They may be allowed to have the Taliban run parts of the country and so on. But it's overall advantage China. The Chinese have been conducting negotiations between the Taliban and the Pakistanis, and the Russians are also involved. And these countries are going to decide the immediate fate of Afghanistan, at least in the short term. So Afghanistan is not going to benefit from NATO withdrawal. It's going to fall under Chinese hands by proxy, not overtly, but by proxy. The Taliban probably will serve as a proxy for the Chinese, like they used to serve as a proxy for the Pakistanis, and the Pakistanis will be kept happy by the Chinese. And Russia also is involved in certain ways. Russia is getting involved in this region, in Pakistan as well as Afghanistan. So that is the immediate future for Afghanistan. Will there be a civil war? Absolutely not. There will be some spurts or bursts of violence, some shows of violence by the Taliban to show that we are in control. But overall, the Chinese do not want any deterioration of the situation. They want things to be stable so that they can start mining Afghanistan and extracting its resources. There are these ancient Buddhist sites which are sitting on enormous deposits of copper, Mes Ainak or something like that. That's the name, if I recall it correctly. So the Chinese want to exploit these natural resources that Afghanistan has to offer, and that's what they're going to start doing once the Americans get out of Afghanistan. So that is the immediate course of action that we're going to see very soon. And the Russians will also take some of it. So that is the immediate future for Afghanistan. There will not be any civil war, and there will most likely not be any spillover in India. In 1989 or thereabouts, when the USSR withdrew from Afghanistan, there was a spillover into India, and the entire Kashmir conflict exploded, and the Indian government just sat and watched and did nothing. This time, we have a very different government. The Pakistanis know that if any misadventure happens, things will escalate from our side. So I do not foresee any spillover into India, nothing overt at least. There may be some small upsurge in certain events, but I don't see any real spillover into India. The real loss for India will be the loss of everything it has invested into Afghanistan. India has been investing billions of dollars into rebuilding Afghanistan and bringing Afghanistan back on its feet after the terrors, the horrors it has experienced. All of that is going to most likely go to waste if this happens. So the thing is, India is not able to influence its near abroad. Afghanistan is essentially our near abroad. It's our ancient territory. The people of Afghanistan are the same ethnicity as us, and India has tried to try and help them, but as you can see, the efforts are not sufficient thus far. So in the future, will India do something else to try and regain some sort of influence in Afghanistan? That's what needs to be seen. I hope that we are able to prevent a complete Chinese takeover of Afghanistan. But as of now, India is not in a situation to immediately do any of that. So immediately in the next few years, Afghanistan is going to become a Chinese satellite. That's how I see it happen.